Okay, welcome back to a little update video. As always, I am using the factor theory explanation video, how it works, rules, tutorials, and so on and so on. I will put at the end of the video again. Here you see what we are talking about today again. And let's start with the memes. So we start today with KOSS. In general, in this section here, we will talk about KOSS, AMC, and GME all together. AMC, we look a little bit more in detail. KOSS and GME just quick, but because of two things. We have two series. First series, all are synced again. Yeah, AMC, GME, KOSS are synced. Why? Just because in 2021 they went together. In 2024 they went together. AMC, GME, and KOSS. Yeah. If they are synced, there is just one rule. All are going together. If one is not finished yet, all three are not finished yet. And the second one is fuck the synchronization. But if we say fuck the synchronization, AMC has an individual chart, GME is doing what it's doing, KOSS is doing what it's doing. You can't say, hey, GME is ready, so AMC will go too. No, if there is no sync, they can go independent. That's why we're looking at it right now. Why are we looking today at this right now? Because KOSS today broke its higher low here. This was the higher low of KOSS. We broke that today. And so this is 100% a T. So before we go into this, KOSS is looking quite similar like GME. Yeah, you had the 2021 run, you fell in 2024, and since 2024 you did this little higher low. The difference to GME is that KOSS 2021 to 2024, this whole thing is a higher low, and this is a little higher low. For GME, this was A, and this is little higher low from A. But that's just labeling. Yeah. Also the difference is that KOSS is always doing its T. We will look at GME in a second, but GME has the case it doesn't have to do its T. But KOSS always did its T. Always. And the next thing what KOSS was always doing is the higher low after the V. Always. Not a single time where KOSS didn't do a higher low before the squeeze. AMC wasn't doing higher lows in 2026. KOSS is always doing that. What does that mean? First, KOSS is not finished. Yeah, with this break, I see if there is synchronization between the memes, no chance, in my opinion, no financial advice, that we see something crazy next week. No chance. I mean, we can argue now, how low does this have to go? Could this be a V? Is this the V? Or in my opinion, KOSS has to go under 311. Yeah, doesn't really matter because we could do that tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, okay, if we go to 311, that would be still 10%, and KOSS is the turtle of the memes. It's fucking slow. Yeah, I mean, it gets a little bit quicker, but if you look here, the volume is so low that you don't even have candles. You just have points sometimes. But the main problem for KOSS is wherever the V here is, you need a higher low. And I don't think really there's any chance that we're doing the V and the higher low tomorrow. There is not enough time. Yeah. So for KOSS on its own, and if there is sync, KOSS added at least 2 to 3 weeks. If no sync, it's just KOSS. With sync, it's also AMC and GME. Yeah. That's why we're looking at it that way. Because there was a question today. Do I look for a one-part squeeze for KOSS? Yes. Yeah. If it's finished, if it's bullish, it's a one-part squeeze. Of course. Yeah. And the level for KOSS should be over higher low. Yeah. The A should be over higher low. That means at least over 164. Yeah. But right now, this needs a little bit more time. Good. Because of that, next thing, GME. We are close. Yeah, I have to say that for the bullish and for the bearish version. We are only talking about the bullish version today. If you're interested in the bearish one and in the alternatives, I will link the roadmap video at the end, but I don't want to make this video too long. I still want to see something under 17.15. Yeah, but I mean, look at this. We are fucking close. Yeah, this is what? This is only 3%. Easy doable in one day. Yeah. Doesn't matter if we look bearish or bullish. Somewhere in here we should bounce. Yeah. What happens in the bullish theory if this is finished? Do we go instantly up? And I saw that so many videos today, and that's why I want to make that absolutely clear today. It doesn't matter if you're bullish or bearish. There is no V-gapping from the V, in my opinion. Yeah? Just because of the past. Yeah? In 2024, what have we done? We found our V, we did a higher low, we didn't even did A, and then we squoze. Between that was 24 days. It doesn't have to be that short or that long, but you had this price action here. GME didn't squeeze from the V in 2024. So then we look at 2021, even worse, because here also GME didn't squeeze from the V. You had your all-time low, your V, you did your higher low, and then you did your A. We never squeeze from the V. That's why I hate it if people saying, hey, we only need 17 and then we squeeze. Because we did that in the past. No, never happened. So for me, for the bullish thesis, we should bounce here. Okay? Somewhere in here we should bounce. My next target is something over 30, over this level here, and something under 37, under this level here, under our M, under May 13, 2025. And this would be our A. Breakout retest. Then we are ready to go for GME. And that only if we don't need T. Because if we need T, yeah, we're not going over 23. And we're still looking for 30. Yeah. But as already said in the last video and in the roadmap video, GME sometimes is just saying fuck T. Yeah. Because here 2020, yeah, you had your C, your L, your M. And the M was finished here. There's no place for a T here. So fuck T. Also, if we just go left of that, V, this is our higher low or A, how you call it. C, L, M. M finished here. There is no place for a T. So, okay. I can live with GME doesn't need T. Yeah. But GME doesn't do its pre-squeeze like in 2024, like in 2021. And then comes the question, sync or no sync? If KOSS is not finished and they're still synced, GME has to do that. KOSS is doing its V and higher low. Yeah. Now to AMC. And here we look a little bit closer. Again, if you want to see the whole thing, price levels and, I will link the big roadmap video at the end. Today, we just look what we have done. So, and here's the thing. First, just the normal tracking for AMC alone. I have to say, also for AMC alone, I don't see something big next week. Why? We had the chance today. Yeah, we had the chance today to break over M. So to break over 2.67 cents, dollars. Yeah, then we wouldn't talk about all this anymore. The problem is we rejected here and we've fall back. I think this was just T. Yeah. And that means we still need to go at least 1 cent under 232. Yeah, we still have to make here a lower low. Yeah. Of course, This is what? This is 8%. Is doable for AMC tomorrow. Can always happen. But if we're not closing down here, no. Yeah. So let's say if we do something like this and stopping at, I don't know, 240, for example, no. Then next week is still finding the V. Yeah. So yeah. For normal levels, what would we look like? Because okay, the only thing we have to do is going under 232. For levels with reason, I would say still the 0.5 at $2.22. Or if we need more, $2 at the 618. Here or here, we should bounce for the bullish version. Normally, I would now say, and then we're doing a higher low, and then we can go. Yeah? But yeah, in 2026, AMC never did a higher low. Yeah? We didn't do a higher low here, or here, or here. So this time, I will say we also don't need a higher low. And because I say that, this time we will do one. Maybe not. Yeah, we didn't do it yet till now. So maybe in 2026, AMC just don't want to do higher lows. It's okay. But we still look for the V, in my opinion. What makes me wrong? Yeah? Why ever? If we break 2.67, all this down here should be gone. Yeah. If you go over this, of course, you should also break $3. Then all the alternatives are gone. End of story. We should go up. The thing here is, if there is sync, if we have to wait for AMC, for GME, if we have to wait for KOSS, and KOSS is clearly not done yet, what are our choices? First, as in the last videos or in the roadmap video already described, is I'm still tracking it at, oh my God. Well, yeah, I'm still tracking it at January 15th. Yeah. For the bullish version, we are still somewhere in here. If KOSS and GME is not finished, or if GME, as shown, still has to do its A or breakout retest, yeah, 35, pullback and so on, and KOSS still has to do V and higher low, AMC has to do something. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that AMC will just go sideways. Yeah, don't think that. So, if they still need time, what is the alternative for AMC? Well, AMC, as shown, would do January 20 to January 22nd. Yeah, that's the only way not go bearish on AMC and still spend some time. In that case, well, what would be our targets? Yeah, our targets would be, if we do now the pullback, a good run, gap up or whatever, between, I would say, $6 to $12, not higher than the T landmark in May 2024, and then a pretty long, boring pullback, January 20 to January 22nd. And as I said, if we do that, I mean, this is still money, yeah, to say that this is still a 300% move, yeah, but this most likely will still bring you into what? Most likely January 27 or May 27. Yeah. If there's sync, to make that absolutely clear, and we have no proof of that. There is no proof that they are still synced. There's no proof that they aren't. Yeah. If there's no sync, AMC is doing its little pullback and could just go. Fuck the rest. Yeah. We have no proof of that. We only can wait for price action. One last thing, because I saw that so many times today again. The discussion about we need a bullish or a bearish market. I already showed that months ago. Left side, January 2021 of AMC on the 24-hour chart. Right side is buy on the 4-hour chart, March 2020 to December 2021. Yeah. Here are our two squeezes. And you see, back then, SPY just made all-time highs after all-time highs after all-time highs, just ran the full year upside. Yeah? And these 2 points here are our squeezes in 2021. And if you look, during the squeezes, SPY didn't do anything. Yeah? And after that, it crashed 5%, bounced, and just went up again. This here is January 2021. For June 2021, the second squeeze of AMC, SPY did nothing. It didn't care at all. Yeah? Also, for this thesis, after AMC's close, the memes close this year, market will crash like 2021. Where? In 2021, this year was June 2021. It ran 6 months till December. Still up, making new order, and then it made the pullback. Where did SPY crash in 2021 after the memes close? Same thing for 2024, May. Where is 2024 May? Here's May. Yeah. This is May. Yeah. During the squeeze, SPY did a little uptick. What was that? It was, let's look. Yeah. 2% run. Yeah. Nowadays, this is nothing. Yeah. Back then, okay, 2% was something, just to say that. But still, I mean, does it look like that SPY did care about the little squeeze? No, right? And also here, no crash after that. The SPY made from May 2024 to February 2025 all-time highs, all-time highs, all-time highs. It didn't care. Same thing for Bitcoin. Here again, 2021 on the left side, 2021 for Bitcoin on the right side. Here also, what did Bitcoin do? First, into January 2021, Bitcoin ran upside a full year, except now where Bitcoin is falling, except the last 2 days. Yeah, but this here is the squeeze of Bitcoin, of squeeze, the first part squeeze. I mean, what the fuck? And here is June, the big squeeze of AMC to all-time highs. Bitcoin was falling during this time. So upside, downside. And if you look now at May 2024, yeah, where's May? Here's May 2024. Yeah, you see that? Bitcoin did nothing. Bitcoin was in sideways mode, zero. Yeah? I am only showing that. I could be wrong. Maybe someone is seeing that differently than me. But I mean, if someone is telling me, yeah, we have to do that. SPY and NASDAQ has to do that. Bitcoin has to do that. Like in 2021, like in 2024. And that's the signal for AMC has to do this. It's the, if someone is telling you that, even if I am telling you that, yeah, check it. Yeah. And here for Bitcoin and SPY, you clearly see first part, upside. Second part, downside. 2024, sideways. And now anybody want to tell me that's consistent, Bitcoin has to be bullish, bearish, or sideways, or like in the past. No, this is just a lie, in my opinion. You see it. There's no consistency. In the past, Bitcoin, I would say, didn't care at all. And SPY also didn't care at all. So to say now, we have to have a bullish Bitcoin, we have to have a bearish Bitcoin, we have to have a crash in the market, we have to have a bull market. You can't say either way because we played all possibilities through, up, down, sideways. In 3 different squeezes, we did 3 different moves. So to say now we need uptrending Bitcoin, bullshit. We need bullish SPY, bullshit. The same, we need bearish SPY, bullshit. Same, we need falling Bitcoin, bullshit. Just saying. Yeah. Okay. So much for the memes. Again, for the conclusion. If AMC is not falling 10% tomorrow, I would say we're still falling next week. If we fall 10% tomorrow and making a new low, okay, maybe we go into the uptrend. Yeah. If we are still synced, I would add 2 to 4 weeks still. If no sync, AMC only has to do the V and we can go. KOSS is for me not ready. If the sync next week is not the squeeze week, because KOSS is not ready. GME, I would say there's a possibility we are finished tomorrow and we should bounce. Doesn't matter if bullish or bearish. That's my stance on memes for today. Okay, next one is a new ticker, but very interesting. Just saying. And it's a LGVN, I think, so LGVN. Why? Yeah. Before we come to the tracking, why did I found it? This version, this ticker, I already had, I think, 1 year on my blue list. Yeah, I'm talking about this list here. All stocks I ever tracked. Yeah, and here only the stocks which are still uninteresting because they are still in their M, still in their T, or still needs time. Yeah. And normally I have alerts on this. So why did I look through all my tickers today? Because of Moderna. Because I tracked this bullshit in November 2025 here. I didn't change anything except the blue arrows right now, because I think we are exactly there. Yeah. Just in short, I think we get a knife on Moderna right now. The problem is the puts are so overvalued right now, of course, after the squeeze. Doesn't make sense to play it. The thing is, I tracked this in November 2025. I didn't make alerts. I didn't show it on my channel. So it never existed. Moderna isn't in the statistic right now because what I'm not showing is never happened. But this is only one part. I could punch myself that I didn't put an alert, because this would have been my perfect alert entry for this. And I didn't play it. And this would have been so much money, for fuck's sake. And I tracked it once and never looked at it again. Fucking bad. But that's the reason why I looked through every other ticker on the blue list today. And I came across this. And back then, I think I tracked it here, I think. May, June, something in here. And I decided, okay, it's not interesting yet because we still need to make this lower low, the V, and the higher low then. But right now, it looks fucking fantastic. So for the tracking, we have a C, lower high, midpoint, T, all-time low, and then perfect higher low. Also for this perfect higher low, if we track that here, let's go lower. We have a C, an L, an M, a T, a V, upside. Perfect. Yeah. First of all, why I'm showing this? Because I know that a lot of you like penny stocks. It's sitting at 83 cents right now. Also, it doesn't care about market crashes, because we're talking about NASDAQ today too. And since we're doing this little market crash, it went up 54%. Yeah, so it doesn't care. Little warning, it already had one reverse split, 1 to 10, I think. Yeah, 1 to 10. So the price targets A and B should be reachable. If you break all-time highs, yeah, $400 could be a little bit high. Second warning, they already voted months ago for a reverse split, so they don't have to vote for it again. It could happen anytime. But first of all, we are only under $1 since here, so since 120 days. It's not too long. And in the moment, for bullish tracking, we should go upside and break $1 easily. So I don't think we have to do the reverse split, but saying they already voted for it. For levels, if you go over this red trend line, your next target is over $7. I would say between 8 and 20-ish. Yeah. Then 618 pullback or 0.5 pullback. Next level is over 44 for our B. And then the only question is, are we breaking all-time highs? I would expect we're doing that December till February next year. So December this year, February next year. It's only shares, no options. Also a good reason for it, because stocks without options normally get violent moves. I'm not looking for long ABC because you always see gap ups and strong moves. It should be very vertical. For levers, I would say confirmation is over $1.12. Yeah. I mean, for me, it's already now very bullish, but if you want the confirmation, it's the first one breaking the trend, second breaking $1.12. For warning signs, I would say under 56 cents, it getting bearish, and under 57 cents, something is wrong. We shouldn't pull back that low anymore, in my opinion. And of course, if you break 47, run, because there will be a reverse split. Yeah. But it looks fantastic. Yeah. So it won't be a Moderna play, to make it absolutely clear. Yeah, because no options. But at least we have something which didn't run yet. Okay. Next one, a little update to OKLO. Just a little update today. Yeah, if you're interested in the full thing, I will link the big roadmap video at the end. For OKLO, we are looking for finishing the higher low. And I think right now we have already our confirmation, in my opinion. I mean, our levels was 33, 38 for the confirmation that we already made the peak of the higher low here. I think what we have done this week was M. M is not finished yet because we have to go under 40.29. Yeah. It only depends. Do we now do a knife, or do we have to do T still? Yeah. Just saying, because OKLO is really moving with the rules. So you see on the whole chart quite all landmarks. I would say we don't knife and we see the T. Yeah. Just saying. Yeah. So we need a little bit more time, but it would be something like this, in my opinion. Yeah. Our level where we have to go is 38. Yeah. Something in this blue zone. And of course, we should bounce there. Yeah. If you touch or break 36, run, because then something is wrong, or I am wrong. Yeah. And we will go really lower. But if you bounce somewhere in here, we have, in my opinion, have to break 38, sorry. But we have to bounce over 36. And then upside, massive upside. Yeah. No financial advice. Next target is over 80. B is over 120. And because this whole thing is macro B, our long-term target is over all-time highs, because we still have to look for macro C. Looks perfect. Okay. Next one, DJT. Also for DJT, if you want the whole story, watch the roadmap video. Today, we just look what we have done. And because of the questions, did I already got into a position? Because it's the same tracking like OKLO, with looking for the higher low to be finished. And right now it gets pretty tricky right now. First of all, no, I didn't have my position yet. Why? Tracking wise, technically, we are finished. To make that clear, we put a little toe under V under A. We are 1 cent, I think, or 0.1 cent under our level. Technically, that is enough. It is enough. Yeah. We went into the buy zone. I mean, I wanted more. I only have two problems. First of all, My level was broken for the upside. So this could be really finished. To make that absolutely clear. I'm a little bit damaged with DJT. I still could see that this wasn't our little T and this was our T, and we still need one more lower low. Why? Because DJT has this little shitty thing where you're making a higher low, yeah, at the end, even if you're already quite finished, you make this last hump here, this kind of really little hump here, and still need a lower low. Or like here, you're making this last little hump here and still need a lower low. Yeah, that's why. But that's not the main reason. The main reason is you see here the higher low. And to make it clear, it's perfect. It's VNA, it's under the 786. But what happens after that is a small higher low. Here also, same thing. You made your higher low, and then your little micro higher low. Also here. Here too, same thing. You make your higher low, and then you made your small higher. Yeah. And I bet me if you will find these little higher lows, I think 10, 20, 500 times in the whole chart. Yeah, even on the 1 minute. So if this is not T, if here is the T and it's already finished, I see a good possibility that we need this little higher low. That's why I am a little bit fucking damaged on DJT. I really have to say that because, yeah, but normally it should be quite clear. Yeah. I said already in the comments, I wait for tomorrow till close. Yeah. I will, for me personally, yeah, no financial advice. I would already buy something here, just to be clear. Yeah. I don't even wait if this higher low would hold. Yeah, I would buy something. I would start at $8 or something like that. For I don't know, October, November-ish. I don't care then if we still need this. Yeah. Because as I said, this could be just a small higher low and go. If we're not pulling back tomorrow, to make that also clear, and if we break over 9, I also will start a small position because this is already a little bit high. And even if we break 951, this is too high. This is too high to still pull back. Yeah. But I would still say we need one more higher low, little one, or lower low. Yeah. But again, to make it absolutely clear, we are not allowed to touch or break 696. It's the same like OKLO. If we break the down level down here, run. I mean, there's no reverse split danger right now, but then we still need to look for an EV, still need to look for a higher low time. Yeah. But right now, it looks great. And also, to make that clear, we are looking for a run. We are looking for T and the new all-time low after that, but this T should still be around $20 to $35. And it should be brutal upside, as always. Yeah. So in the moment these little high lows are finished, DJT is not waiting. Yeah. The perfect example for this is November. Yeah. It is November 2025. It's the perfect example what DJT normally is doing. You find your V, you're doing your big higher low, then you're doing your tiny higher low, and in the moment this tiny higher low is finished, news. Back then, here was merger news with this crypto company, whatever. Yeah. And you just ran. Yeah. I think this was 1 day. Okay, 3 days. Yeah. This was 3 days. Yeah. And if bullish, I would expect something similar, just bigger now too. Yeah. So that's it. Looks good. So, and in the end, one last thing, because of the market, a little update on QQQ. And to make that clear, this week was terror. Yeah. and terrible, not because of downside, because really, you should really, if you're not doing it already, but you should go away from you're only playing bullish things and you're only playing upside on the market. Because first of all, coming close to maybe something big downside, and second, you should always play both sides. Not at the same time. I mean, you could do that, but you should be open for up and down. Just saying, the market is up and down. Only playing one side is yeah. No, but what I mean is this sideways bullshit. Yeah, we had one good gap down, and then quite every day the first 5-10 minutes, and the rest of the day was just bullshit. Also, the volume is just gone in this market right now, which is looking like something big is coming. If bullish or bearish, we look at it right now. So first of all, I am still looking for bullside. I really have to say that, but I also have the bearish route. For bullside, I already showed that in the last video. I'm not going over everything today again. If you're interested in the whole thing, watch the video before that. But the thing is, I showed this in the last video too. I still think for the last chance for NASDAQ, and if NASDAQ is bullish, SPY and IWM are also bullish, of course, we are still here. And to make that clear, we would be right now exactly here. Of course, if you look right now absolutely closely, you will say, okay, but that's not working because this is a higher low. And today we did a double button. Yeah. And I have to say, I could easily see that we even make a lower low next tomorrow. Yeah. So isn't that wrong then? Yeah. And you won't hear me saying, no, I am saying this higher low. Yeah. Is the same like this lower low. No, lower low is a lower low. No. But the thing is, maybe you already heard it. In December this year, SPY and NASDAQ will start, and IWM I think too, will start with the 23-hour trading. So from December on, it's not only futures running quite the whole day, it's also the normal SPY, normal NASDAQ running all the day. I already know that will kill me because that's one of the reasons I hate crypto, because of the 24-hour trading. Yeah. But TradingView already adapted that. And if you can change now the chart on the 24-hour chart. Yeah. This is only showing you when the market is closing in the after hours, then the futures moving. Yeah. But if we look at it that way, this section here on April the 12th, 2026 was a lower low. So this is still working. In that case, I would really say we're getting, because it's Friday, one lower low tomorrow. I would look for something 700 to 703-ish. That is what? That is 1.3%. Easily doable for NASDAQ. And I really have to say, if we do that tomorrow, I play long. Because what is coming after that? After that comes this. Yeah, and this is the 1 hour, this is the 4-hour chart. So for the next, I would think 2, 3, 4 weeks, it should be massive upside. I already showed that in the last video that SPY already broke its all-time highs. And I also said that NASDAQ is fucking lagging behind. Yeah, NASDAQ at least for even only the breaking the all-time highs, it's 5%. My target for the next weeks is still 2 weeks. No financial advice is still at least 760. If we do that, yeah. And to make that absolutely clear, for this, it doesn't really matter for me what we're doing tomorrow, but I want to see a bounce next week. Yeah, we are already low, really low. Yeah, normally, if I wouldn't have seen this, I would be already short, to make that absolutely clear. Only because of that here, I still have the bullish thesis. But if we're not rebounding next week, I would say Monday, latest Tuesday, this is bearish as fuck. What do I mean with that? If you look at this, I said the bearish thesis is we have to go over this green line and we are not allowed to reject here. We did that. If we're not bouncing here in this area next week, yeah, maybe even tomorrow, who knows? This is M. And if this is M started here. That means to only finish M, we have to go lower than 656. I would even say our target would be 638. Yeah, doesn't matter if it's quick or slow. I mean, only that is 10% down. We would bounce, most likely, still need our T, and then would even fall lower. Here, we're talking about the market correction, if we do that. And of course, NASDAQ is not doing that alone. If NASDAQ if in NASDAQ, this is M, and if NASDAQ is falling, SPY get a massive knife. IWM get a massive knife. And all the world is ending people on X, which are saying, look, in the last decade, every 4 years, August made a 10, 20, 30% drop in the market, would be right. I hope not. But I really have to say, I don't care. I just want confirmation. Yeah. So if you're not bouncing next week, I play short. Yeah, because this is money. If you're fucking bouncing, I play long because this is fucking money. I don't care if it's bullish or bearish. Yeah. I just want confirmation. We are closing into the confirmation for bearish. But if we bounce next week, fuck them. The world is not ending yet. Okay. So, I think we talked about everything. To say that Tesla didn't move at all, just to say that. Yeah, we talked about in the last video, bullish or bearish on Tesla. There is no change yet. It's still 50-50. And the rest, nothing happened. Nothing. Even with this pullback, and to say that, yeah, this was a 3% pullback. NEO still holding its fucking not to break line. Yeah. It's doing right now nothing, but at least you could say we fell, but NEO didn't move. Could be positive. But yeah, rest are all holding their levels. So yeah. SpaceX is doing its pullback, also nice to see. So yeah. As always, tutorial here, playlist here. The big roadmap video with all our important stocks, with the full story back there. If you liked it, leave a like. If you want to see more, leave an abo. And let's see how we ending the week tomorrow. See ya.